Let's talk business. You got
Yeah,
any
boy.
updates for us? I got something on the marketing side, but you kick things off. What's going on?
Love it. I love it. Dude, I do have a few things going on at the moment. First of all, my my Lifetime movie is coming out April 25th.
No shit.
Yeah. Have you not been on Instagram? You didn't see the poster came out and it's me with a pair of gardening shears ready to kill the main
Bro,
person.
what?
It's so
It's
wild.
just
Dude,
on your page, yeah?
yeah, pull it up right now. Or you know
Oh,
what? I'll even do it. And I'll show the crowd for good measure.
community. Oh,
Yes.
bro, I see it. This is fucking great,
Hilarious.
man.
For the people at home. I don't know if I'm ready to do a Calvin Klein underwear ad or if I'm about to kill someone.
Dude, bro, you're ready. That pair of shears you got is
Oh
just
yeah. My caption on Instagram was never bring gardening shears to a knife fight. Classic.
bro, that's legendary. I'm so stoked to see this, man.
Thank you. And then
Lifetime, is it like a cable thing too? It's like the Lifetime channel or where?
yeah, Lifetime channel, but I always just kind of get it on the streaming or whatever after.
Bro, that's so sick. I'm stoked for you, man. I cannot wait to see this shit.
I appreciate it. Trailer came out today too. I saw the trailer.
No
It's
way. YouTube?
hmm, on Lifetime.
Oh, cool. I'll check that out.
Yeah. And then I have we have a family friend that's making a movie, a studio movie. My uncle Jimmy's gonna be in it. And he's like, dude, they're having trouble finding the lead. Maybe you can do it. It's literally your casting type, but they need a star. And I was like, okay. So I contacted the director and he's like, well, it's a tough part and everything. I don't know if I want to do that to you. I'm like, dude, if the material's there, like I'm gonna act the heck out of it. Don't worry about that.
He
And
doesn't he doesn't know if he wants to do it to you. Like it's too hard. That's crazy.
yeah, exactly. He's like, well, I mean, your character loses. He talks to that. He loses a leg at one part. He's a firefighter. He has to go back in time travel. I'm like, bro, if it's there, I'll commit.
Yo, everything you just said in that sentence, like I'm all for that shit, bro. Like a firefighter loses a leg and goes back in time. Like, give me more.
Sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah, what else do you need? What's what's the name of that movie? I love
Anything.
this. The Fatal Fixer Upper is just a brilliant, bro.
It changed in the Fixer originally too.
Oh, yeah.
Um, well, so I read the script. I ended up auditioning for one of the other parts, and we'll see how it goes. But that shoots in Canada, Vancouver. That'd be really fun with Jimmy.
That would be fun. When's it shooting?
Like in 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks.
Oh, and they don't even have the lead yet?
No.
Wow. Did you tell him like you'll do a read or something?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't
I
know.
hope you get it, man. I mean, bro, the thing is, it's kind of down to the wire if they haven't found anyone yet, and you got this in with Jimmy, and like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I hope you get that thing, bro. Have you shot in Canada before?
Nope. Never been to Canada.
Hmm.
Too much maple syrup.
I've been there once. I used to live on the border because I was upstate New York, so it was just an easy trip. But yeah, man, that's exciting. That's exciting. I want to talk about marketing is something that a lot of people, especially like starting filmmakers, they don't really think about, but like marketing and distribution. But like if you want your film to get seen at all, like people have to know about it. And that sounds obvious, but people just don't even think about it. Like they'll even raise the financing, they'll make the film, but then they have the movie and they're like, what the fuck do I do now? And I feel like at that point they're too late. Like you got to be thinking about it before. And I've talked to a couple folks at Neon. They've done a lot of really cool stuff lately. As far as like distribution and marketing goes. They've got that movie Long Legs coming out with Nick Cage and the marketing behind that movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but just on YouTube, they're posting these like 27-second teasers where it's like two images and like a creepy voiceover or something. And it's like completely opposite from what most of Hollywood does, where they show the entire movie in like one trailer and then like no one wants to see it because they feel like they've seen everything. But Neon's doing the exact opposite with this one. And I feel like coming up with a strategy even before you shoot of like, I'm gonna start teasing this thing out. Like I've got this feature that I'm setting up right now and like just wrapping my mind around like what are the like I've got a bit of a following, like how can I up that? Like how can I leverage that and just like make some
But
little things that get people excited without giving anything away, I think is a really good approach.
dude, the Joker 2 advertisements just came out, and it's literally because they don't want to give anything away, I'm sure. It's
Yeah.
literally just like a 10-second clip of Joaquin Phoenix crying hysterically over and over. And it's the most like just annoying thing I've ever seen. But also B, that's exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you want that 10 seconds back, huh?
Yeah. Oh, and to spend it much better.
Yeah. Bro,
Um,
that's wild. And but that also shows the strength of it too. Like if it's a sequel to a film that did that fucking well and it's Joaquin that level of being a star and like that's gonna hit. That's all you need. And they know that.
wait, so you spoke with them? The people at Neon or something? Or
Yeah, just to get an idea of actually randomly this one girl on the marketing side, she grew up like we know her family. She grew up like 2 blocks from me in York, Pennsylvania. And
Hmm.
and I just found out that she works at Neon and like and we talked and she told me about some of the materials that they get some of the she really stressed the importance of getting a lot of really good on set like behind the scenes stuff because that'll start to get people amped up for it and like sometimes it's too late
Yeah.
and they'll stage behind the scenes stuff but then they got to get like the costume back and the actors and like coordinate all and it's just like get all the stuff on set like why would
I
you
100% think behind the scenes stuff's so important, and everyone always forgets about it because there's too many moving parts.
yeah yeah it's huge and making a big deal what I got from her too is like making a big deal about even all the small stuff like the key art like when the first key art drops when you get that first poster that first image
Mm.
like bro I remember for it when it came out in 2017 it was just an image of like half of the face of the clown and that got people so fucking hyped of that
Yeah.
one image and they had a huge lead up like it'll come out in a week and it was just one still from the movie and people don't realize like people can get hyped about the smallest stuff you got to make a big deal about it.
I think that's not too uncommon. Because the buzz behind it is already so big. That it's a Stephen King story, and they know this
Yeah,
big director's doing it.
yeah, it helps if you have all those like the
Wow.
power play for
Very
everything.
bold. It's like it's giving the audience what they want, but not what they expect. But yeah, it's that's cool though. So you had a meeting,
Yeah,
marketing side.
thinking more about like long-term vision of Burnt Mill. I want to be known just as much for our marketing, like our creative
Oh yeah,
marketing, if not more so for the creative marketing. Like I want us to be
great
so
trailer, horrible movie.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Oh, go.
hopefully not. But like, bro, if people watch, I mean, most of horror is, and again, I want to be high quality, right? So like, this isn't the direction I want to go. But like, you can make like there. I'm not going to name names, but there are so many production companies and horror films that make a shit ton of money that people like across the board agree are not great films. That's horror. You know, you can get people out
Blair
there.
Witch Project. Blair Witch Project.
You hate that movie.
No, not necessarily.
Bro, you know what, man? It really doesn't. The crazy thing is like I don't think it holds up. And the crazy thing is that's the movie that got me into this whole thing was, but it wasn't the actual movie that got me into it. It was the hype surrounding the movie. Like
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies. And my best friend, like his mom would let me see like everything. Like that was the entry point. Whenever I went to his house, it was like, let's watch a scary movie and the way that she hyped up Blair Witch, and then you see the movie and it's like it definitely doesn't live up to it, but it's the hype, bro. That's everything.
No, that's very interesting. Yeah. I agree. It's definitely important. So you're doing that. Wild. Is everything in place for that movie that you're making so far, as far as like screenplay and stuff?
I'm on this last iteration of the screenplay. Well, there might be more in the future, but
Yeah.
I'm maybe like 2 days away from this last one being locked. And I'm really stoked about this one. It feels very clean, very streamlined. Like all the lore is there, the mechanic is there, but it's also detailed. So it's really streamlined as far as the narrative goes, but it's like it has all these layers at this point. It took me so long to get to this point, man. It's like a script. Like when I first started writing, you thought the script was fucking great, but I, it takes so many drafts. It takes so long to get something that's like really high quality, you know? I
Of
feel like
course.
I feel like we're getting there.
Fantastic.
How
All
about
right.
your writing? Have you been writing anything or thinking about stuff? How about the sequel,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, doing that a little bit with my dad. My dad's been out of town a bunch. No, yeah, I've kind of been like storing up some creative passions. I started
yeah.
watching. My uncle made that TV show that's out right now, Franklin, the Benjamin Franklin TV show with Michael
Boy.
Douglas. Uh, it's on Apple. And yeah, so I watched that and I'm just like, damn, dude, how does someone with my name out there doing exactly what I want to be doing? And like, I gotta do something about it. I
Have
gotta
you
go.
asked him about Franklin? Told
Yeah,
him
yeah.
about
Talk
it?
about it once.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
yo, who was the actor who played Franklin? Is he an unknown?
Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas.
No shit, bro. He'd be perfect for it. I can't believe I haven't heard about it. Yeah,
Yeah. It's on Apple.
cool.
Um, it is about the time when Benjamin Franklin has to convince the French to help America in the Revolutionary War when they're down and out. And he goes over there and it's like shows how kind of unexpected it becomes and
Sick.
it's fun so far.
I
Really
know
like it.
you've got that like intersecting interest of like historical figures. You do
Yeah,
something like that.
for sure. I watched the PBS documentary on Franklin before I watched it.
Cool.
And by the way, it's like it's amazing. These people that founding fathers that are famous through history are it's for a reason with him. It seems like he's so fascinating.
Right, right. Yo, I'm scrubbing through this Joker 2 trailer and man, it's like 30 seconds of just like a slow movement. Like I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Uh man,
By the way, it was how the entire first one was to me, and people just enabled them to make more of it with liking that type of stuff.
that's an interesting take. I feel like there was a lot. I mean, like, yeah, I think people hyped it up more than I thought it was worth. Like, there were parts of it that I really liked. I liked that it was this character study, but yeah, as far as like the laughing and like the
What
unhingedness
was the
of it,
character? What was the character? It was a guy who was like disenfranchised by society, thrown to the side, like what we've seen before, in this dystopian New York, which is like exaggerated. And
yeah,
then it's like, oh, he can basically become a terrorist, which is I've seen done in way more interesting ways. Like even in Syriana, for instance, it shows how like Islamic terrorist becomes one and the influences he has. And I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. And but like the Joker tries to bring three dimensionality to a comic book character and gets hailed as high art when really it was just redundant stuff that we'd already seen before, I thought.
yeah. I think people thought it was really fresh because it was like the first time there was a comic book character and like making a character study about it. But yeah, I agree with you, man. For the first time ever, I actually.
It was not. It was not though. They've been trying to they've been doing it in the Batman movies.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I
Yeah,
don't even think those are as uh like
the Chris Nolan ones, really?
I don't think they're as fascinating in real life like as people make them out to be and
Yeah.
artistic. I think Michael Caine as Alfred Pennyworth is like the best thing ever, mainly just because his voice is so fun.
He was born to play that role.
It's pretty epic. And it's not Yeah, Michael Caine, even more than the voice, just seems so like the ultimate friend and mentor.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of my lame hot takes.
No, you historical figure wise, you were working on that one. What was
Teddy
it?
Roosevelt, baby.
Yeah.
And in the same way that the Franklin one focused towards the end of Franklin's life, I want to do something about Roosevelt at a random part of his life too. It's not when he's in presidential office or sitting around with the kids, but it's when he's in his 20s after Harvard and he's in the state politics and everything in New York and Albany, and he loses his wife and his daughter, his wife and his mother the same day, within hours of each other, and he decides the light has gone out in his life, which he wrote, and he needs to. There's nothing left on Earth for him basically anymore, and he like needs to reconnect, and so he does what his first love is sort of, which is nature and seeing animals and stuff, and he takes the train out west to North Dakota, as far west as the Transcontinental Railroad will take you. He gets out there and he goes basically tries to be a frontiersman, and he gets caught up in duels with a local like uh, rich Frenchman. Um, he catches thieves that stole his stuff with other people. He tries to befriend the other frontiersmen and kind of gets rejected. They don't like him because of his sort of upperclassman this, and it just he wrote all about that stuff from his firsthand accounts, and like I just devoured it, loved it, felt so
Like you
human.
read his autobiography, that's what you're basing it on?
Now,
Or is there
basically,
another book?
he wrote a lot of books. He wrote a lot of books, and that my understanding of it comes mainly from A, his writings about the frontier when he was at that time, and then B, also this biography that a biographer wrote about him.
And what's that biography? Who's it by?
I believe it's called
Because here's the thing, bro, you get the rights to that. If you get that IP and then you write a solid fucking 60-page pilot or whatever that would be, and then you just use the Connect at Apple, like you can get that thing off the ground like that. That's the kind of shit that they love.
I think so. I mean, but a lot of people are like my dad for starters is just like, well, why would we want to see Teddy Roosevelt at that time in nature? And I'm like, it's all how it's like captured. And I think it's like the ultimate Wild West story, but through this historical figure that we all know and love. And this is at a time capturing his lowest of lows, even though he was charismatic and fun through it all. He's bigger than life character, funnier than ever. He was depicted in Night at the Museum, for instance.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I
And
was
he had
thinking
that
as you were saying it. Yeah.
exactly, and he has that personality. Even when he was a kid, he had to overcome, crazy asthma and stuff. And doctors telling him he wouldn't live past 20. So maybe we show all that and stuff, and it's a story about someone kind of having a quarter life crisis. Yeah,
Everyone has a really hard life, and
yeah.
there's so much of like highlight reel stuff, especially Instagram. You're only seeing people's biggest wins, and like people relate, they connect to other people's lowest of lows.
And I tell people like everyone loves rags to riches stories,
Yeah.
but I like, in addition to Teddy Roosevelt's story, and now my other favorite story is Phil Knight, the creator of Nike, his book Shoe Dog.
Right.
Those are both stories about people that came from some means and still had crazy problems and coped with it in ways that I hadn't really seen on TV and stuff that much. And you just seeing how they kind of like walk around, pace around life as well. And
Bro, this is just like producer cap for a sec. If you were to, even the Nike one is a great example. I don't know, someone probably has the rights to that. You'd have
they're
to.
making a Netflix show right
Oh,
now.
they
Yeah.
are. They are. But like you could completely intersect, you could be in the driver's seat and completely intersect like whatever role you want within these stories. You can bring the stories to life, like direct if you want, produce them, take them off the ground, and like you could make something really big happen for you, you know? Because you're also using like IP of a figure that everyone knows. And if it's a part of their story that people don't know and they'd be interested in, like that's the move.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will get back to doing that like outline.
I mean, it just depends on where you want to put your focus, right? Like you're already doing, you got the lifetime stuff. It just depends on like what.
Lifetime stuff is not where I want to put my focus.
But like it's just being strategic and like thinking about what you want the next move to be, you know?
It is. Yeah, because everything takes so much time.
It does,
But
which is why
people
I'm
say,
like focus hyper focusing on one project is like I don't have if I put my eggs in too many baskets, it's going to be less effective.
right. And I mean, the reason why I even came up with like I have two scripts in the back pocket is because people are like, you gotta be able to answer those questions of what else do you have? And like I have other stuff, but it's just yeah, it's not like you want to. You want to do one of them, but it's like once you hit a dead end with that, like you gotta come up with something else.
Yeah. You know what I love about producing and like packaging is that it's all about um getting one part of the puzzle excited and then bringing that excitement to this other thing. But all of that, and it builds and builds and builds until it takes off. But all that just comes from your excitement and your energy behind the project. Like no one else is gonna care about your project as much as you are. So like if you're the one who's like, this is the thing, I'm gonna put this out in the world, and then that intentionality, people then like they want to jump on a moving train. That's the way that it
Yeah.
works.
Well, it was fun to just describe to you now the Teddy Roosevelt thing. So maybe that says something.
Yeah. And I liked hearing it too. It's not like I love one of my friends, I don't remember if this is you or someone else, but it's like when you tell someone an idea and then you see their soul like leave their eyes as you're telling
Yeah.
that,
We
yeah,
should
that was
talk
you. Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah. But like, bro, that's so fucking real. And that's the best litmus test too. Because for my feature, every single person I tell it to, like the log line, they all light up from it, which is the best way for me to know that it's like an actual good thing. You pitching that to me, I'm like, yeah, like I would want to fucking see that. You know, my
Yeah.
soul's not leaving my eyes.
It's still there.
It's still there. Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Uh, nah, dude, we definitely got action. We got action. I just got to get healthier here. I'll get rid of the
Yeah. You're in the sickness.
yeah, a little bit of crap.
That's the one thing, man. I mean, there's not my day job right now. I'm around so many like like coughing like little ones. So it's like if you don't have your health, it's like everything goes out the fucking window.
How exactly? How's your day job? Are you guys able to exercise out there and stuff?
Like workout.
Yeah.
I mean, they got what PE. I'm not working out there.
So you haven't been working out lately.
Oh no, I work out outside of it. Yeah. I still got my like I try to go to the gym 3 times, weight lift, and then jujitsu 3 times.
Where is the gym and jujitsu?
Gym is a 15-minute drive out. Jiu-jitsu is a 2-minute walk, which is the only reason why I'm able to be that consistent with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. Jiu-jitsu is fun.
Nice.
How about
Well,
you? Is that stuff kind of out the wayside? Like you're not having much time for it, or are you keeping up a routine?
no, I don't know if it looks that way, but that's a heck of a routine. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. How's the pickleball stuff?
Great. I just gave a lesson the other day to a person in script development at Amazon, which is funny.
Perfect, bro. Dude, it's that like the more you get to know them and then just like you slip into the conversation, you're like, oh yeah, no, and I had this thing and they're like, oh wow, that's a really good idea. It's so fucking easy, bro. Like you like me, like I'm mostly using my Syracuse College Connects, which by the way, anyone listening, like whatever school you go to, that's a great way in. It's just like um, but bro, I mean, the amount of access you have to all these random people like in the biz, it's like you can just casually slip in something and it's like, oh yeah, no, I'd love you have a script. It's like it's so easy, bro. You have like got all these doors.
Yeah, I know. It'll come. It'll come.
Yeah. Could you ever be a development person?
I was thinking about that. I'm like, why wouldn't I just do that?
Really?
Uh,
Do you like reading scripts that much?
no.
And that's the thing, right? Because
Not
they're
if they do
reading,
either, though.
they don't. They just do it because it's their job.
I think, yeah. The question is like, do you want to be around some like more legitimate areas of the film business where, hey, you're green lighting stuff and like it's cool, but uh,
You got the connects. It's just a matter of like putting in your dues and that amount of years into something. Are you eating a fortune cookie right now? What's the
come
fortune?
on, get out of the film industry. You are one of those who will go places in life.
Yo, that's a sign.
It's visual. It's on the log.
What were you eating?
Mm,
Chinese food.
yeah.
Solid.
Comfort food.
Very solid.
Orange chicken and rice.
Good shit, man. So what's on
Yeah.
the docket? What do you got going on? And have you seen anything? We haven't done the movie conversation lately or like any shows.
Yeah, I was watching Franklin, and also slow horses. Been watching a lot of pickleball on TV.
Solid. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you? Anything?
I saw this. I just started this series that's really crazy, man, on Netflix called Baby Reindeer. It's about this stalker woman who just like this bigger woman who comes into a bar and like the bartender's nice to her and she just starts going crazy, like stalking him, and it's my kind of shit.
Sounds like my Lifetime movie.
True, bro. Maybe you should have played this lady.
Exactly.
Yo, by the way, remind us again, when's this Lifetime film coming out?
April 25th, baby.
Plug that. April 25th. Is that before or after our next pod? Let's see. Oh, that's bro. We got our pod a day before. We're gonna tease that shit out.
We'll talk the whole time about it.
I'm excited for you, man. I mean, I know you're like Lifetime, what, but like this type of role, leading role, that's a
Yeah,
dope poster.
it's true.
I'm
Thanks,
gonna check
brother.
out this trailer.
Yeah, check it out, please. All right, brother.
Good seeing you, man. See you next week.
Sounds great.